Ajin episode 23. Alright, really action-packed episode this week, and Sato's having a time. Put it all into a few words, Sato has the government by the balls, Nagai and Tosaki seems to be down for the count, and America seems to be getting involved. And you know what happens when America gets involved in an anime. Shit's about to get real. Well, and it seems that not everyone's on the same page in Sato's camp. It seems that everyone's starting to really question after, what Case said last week. Once again, we've asked the question many times. You're just realizing now? Really? Well, I thought about it some more, and really, you have to consider the circumstances they're in. What other realistic options do they have? You go against Sato? Yeah, well, we saw what happens when you go against Sato. Ko knows that firsthand. Or do you just go along with the government? Well, you see what the government does to Ajin. Like, Tanaka will tell you all about it. So, they're really reluctant to fight for this, but it's the only path they have. Sato knows it, they know it, and when you have characters like in this sort of position, it really does make for an interesting motivation. It's not always the good against evil kind of thing. And on the flip side, Nagai seems to be quite shaken. Kei is just really distraught at the deaths of Hirasawa-san and everyone else, and this is quite heavy for like a 14-year-old kid to handle. And it might be what's happening with his IBM because, he was in one emotional state before we could summon it, stone face, no emotions, no caring for others, and now he's very, very conflicted. And even Tosaki seems to be having a change of heart. Before he used to be all self-interest in everything, but now he has nothing to lose. He seems to be losing his way. He's refusing to pick up the fight against Sato again. And this is kind of a cliche, to be honest. It happens in almost every kind of major action movie. At some point in the story, at some point in this epic, the main character, or a very core character, will refuse to fight. For example, in Star Wars Episode 4, you saw Han Solo, he's like, nah, I'm not helping. I got my money, I'm going, peace. But he'll come back. And I'm sure Kei will come back, and if not, I'm sure Kai will convince him to come back. And we do get a little bit of backstory in Sato, so he's not actually Japanese. Shocking with those eyes, I know. But apparently he goes by the name Samuel T. O'Brien, which, take the first few letters off of everything, Sato. And apparently he is an American. Because those words, dishonorable discharge, underneath Sato's portfolio, what does that really mean? What did he do in whatever unit he was in that got him kicked out? And this definitely does explain all this expertise that Sato does have in fighting, so I can only assume he's with some sort of Black Ops outfit before this whole thing kicked off. Now he's using all that knowledge to deadly effect. And anyways, it seems we are having a massive confrontation. You would assume that these bases would be a little bit more prepared, knowing that Sato's on the loose somewhere, with a bunch of heavy weaponry. But no, regular self-defense forces are no match for Sato's units. They don't even know it's Ajin coming, which is kind of odd because who realistically has access to all this stuff? Who's realistically under an armed rebellion, basically? Only Sato and only his Ajin. So once again, it's a little bit of that instance of, the good guys don't really know what's up. They make uncharacteristic mistakes or somehow don't have the knowledge they need to make the right decisions. But it's nothing new for this show, and we've had this criticism over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem to be getting addressed. And it's even getting to slightly ridiculous levels with the Japanese government's kind of negligence. They more or less should have had knowledge of what went down that armory. They knew what weapons were at stake. And for them to not put every base in their country on high alert, it's a little questionable. Granted, Sato hasn't really been going after civilian targets, so I guess their hardline tactics are working for now, but we're rapidly seeing Sato go into phase 3 of this plan. The one in which he will rule Japan as a country for Ajin. And it sounds like such a ridiculous demand, but with every passing episode, it seems like this is just getting more and more realistic that it'll happen. A bit of good news for Ajin fans next week. So the final 2 episodes are airing back to back, which means we're gonna have one hell of a finale. This will be like a 45-minute TV special almost. And it's gonna be hype as fuck, because this is either where Sato's plan comes into full fruition, or it's gonna fail somehow. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. Are you looking forward to seeing it? We'll only know next week, and we'll be back next week. So, thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what do you think of Ajin.